Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ancestor League 3.22. I'm going to show you how to farm Blighted maps now that they've removed core from the pool. So there's 2 Blighted maps, and I get some more. So many oil chests. God damn, I love core. Another 2, another 2. So there's 6 Blighted maps in a single map. And of the 6, we actually got 2 T16s. Easy game. Alright, so we obviously know that farming core for blight maps is pretty good, but now this is where this is going. So core is being removed for the next season, and then people would say, okay, we'll just do waste pool. Oh wait, it's removed. Toxic sewer. We haven't seen a season where they removed all of them. And then it's been pointed out that Carcass is added, and Carcass is similar to the previous ones that are being removed, so I did testing. Anyways, I also thought, so this is like why this is a video, because well, what map are you going to farm? Okay, so I was like, heh, I have an old video, and I wonder if people know. So I had a brass dome, mage blood, ashes, okay, and then it was easily win 2-lane Blight encounters, and my favorite map to farm Blight in. And this was back in February 2022. Okay, 6k, and then the funny part is I wrote it here. It's in the description even. Waste pool, dead. Toxic sewer, dead. But I had an extra one all the way back then. Even Vaal Temple's pretty good. Vaal vessels count as strongboxes for the Atlas passive tree. I wrote this all the way back then. This is here. Okay. So now I want to get into the video, and I want to show you a highlight first, and then we'll get into all the stuff I have testing and spreadsheets and comparing and screenshots and tons of stuff to show you guys. So hope you guys look forward to finding out what the new best map is. Is Vaal Temple still really good? Pretty good?
Oh, go on.
So I found an 11 lane Blight. I mean 11, like 11 in a single lane on Vaal Temple. What? So it took 2 minutes, but here we go. Alright, so I showed you a little highlight of Vaal Temple already, but I needed to now set the stage of how good was... Okay, so out of the old ones, I thought core was the, like, the shining light, like it's the OP, the crazy, okay? This was the best of the best. I'll give you the stats of a bunch of maps I ran, the average of the amount of lanes and the amount of chests, and then the average of minimum oil chests, and I'll show you all the screenshots right now. But yeah, and then I'll show you the spreadsheet, and then I'll do it for each of the other maps that I've tried to. Okay, here we go. So 6 in one lane, 6 in one lane back to back, 6 double, so it was 12 with 2. That's a core. What? 12? Imagine 12 oils. Okay, then we got this one. It was 9-3, 9-2, 6-1, 10-3, 8-2. This is how many reward chests and then how many lanes. So 10-2, 9-2, 13-2. What are these numbers, bro? 10-2, 8-2, 9-2. This was a bad one. There's like the first 5 in a billion. So 7, but 5. So still pretty good. And then 8-2. And then I test some other stuff. So now I'll show you all of that added up. 1 second. If you've ever got a Blight map, then like the video. And if you guys like the video and you're new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified of the next video. And alright, so I had done the 16 cores, and it was 140 reward chests, which averaged out to 8.75 chests per map. And then the lanes was 34, and 16 maps. It was 2.125 chests on average. One of these is guaranteed oil chest, so there's only 2.125 and one is oil. Crazy. So then when you do the minimum oil chest, because there was 8.75 reward and only 2 lanes, 4 minimum oil chests. Core Prince Blight maps. Absolutely Prince. Okay, so then I wanted to compare to some other like notable things. So I did some other maps. Enjoy. So I figured, you know, it would be a good idea to get like a baseline of what, let's say, a normal map is. So this is Cemetery, very open. So you can see 8-3. We'll just go through it. What the hell? I'm not even, I have them written down. I'll show you guys after, but yeah, just take this into account compared to what we just saw. So that's 8 lanes, 6, 8. Wait, no, 9. 9. 8, 6, 6, 6, 7, 9, 8, 3, 6, 6, 6. I'm scared to leak. 5. Oh, I leaked. Oh, it was core. We're good. Because I did that before I did core. I just wanted, after that, I was like, dude, how crazy is core? I gotta know. And then, yeah, it was that crazy. And then we came back. And look at what a normal... Okay, now I'll show you the stats for that. Okay, so it was 168 chests. So you'll actually notice that it averages more chests than core. 10.5 per map. So having more lanes gets you more chests, but then you average 6.375 lanes because there's 102 instead of 34, 3 times the amount of lanes, and then that means your minimum oil chests is 1.65 compared to 4.12. So you're getting way more per map of Blight maps guaranteed with core, even though, yeah, it's so crazy. The less chests. Cemetery. It's good for other rewards, but not specifically farming Blight maps or the oil. Yeah. Really cool that it actually has crazy stats like this, like 10.5. What? Okay, keep watching. So I tried Carcass because Carcass is similar to the ones we had, like Core and Toxic Sewer and Waste Pool and stuff. So the first one, 6-3, so 3 lanes, 6 rewards. 6-2, 6-3, 5-1, 6-3, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2, 6-3, 6-1, 6-2, 6-2, 6-2, 6-3, and then, sorry, that's a different map. So that's a 20 or 16 sample size of Carcass, and I'll show you guys the stats from that. It's pretty interesting, and we'll be able to compare it to what we have. So now you'll see it was 95 total chests, so way less chests. You get the low amount of lanes like the core, but you get way less chests, like 50%. 45 less, and then so you only had like less than 6 per map, and it was 2.3 lanes, which is still more than core. So you average 2.5 minimum oil chests, which you actually get more oil maps, etc. through this than cemetery, but like it almost seems like the extra chests being double, you would get more loot from the other rewards, not just the Blight maps. But that's pretty interesting, right? I got more to show you. So I got the great idea of if I was going to test Carcass and we're losing all those maps, well, and I tested Cemetery because if you could do Cemetery, it kind of looks pretty good with the 10.5 chest, guys. But yeah, if you can farm Cemetery and it has the Divine Orb card, not just the Exalted Orb cards now, that new one, Brother's Gift or Brother's Stash, whatever, the other one, so that would be a nice map to be able to farm Blight on. But now the other idea was Crimson Temple. So here we have this one. So it's a 5 lane, 4 lane, 1 lane, 8. What? I didn't think that was possible. Oh god, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 6, 2. Oh, it was a 9 and 2. That's pretty good. 5, and then a Carcass. Okay, so I'll show you guys the results of this. Okay, so 159 chests. It has the really high chest count, 10 per map. And then it had 80 lanes, which is actually less than Cemetery, so this is officially better than Cemetery. and it's actually only slightly worse on the oils than Carcass, while having like 50% more chests or more. So it's like, wait, Crimson Temple's pretty good. I like this. And there was a couple times where we saw 8 and 1, 9 and 2, 9 and 3. Really cool. I have more. Okay, so I hyped you up at the beginning with Vaal Temple, but then I left it till now. Yes, accept it. It's worth it, trust me. So, you can see here that this is a 4 lane with like a billion chests. Just in 2 is 14 chests. Okay, let me just go through this now. So it's a 4, that's a 5, but it has a lot of chests. A lot of chests, and it's a 7. A lot of 8 for 2. This is a 9 lane with a billion chests. Billion. I'll show you guys the stats on this. 11 and 2. 11 and 2. Like, we saw the 11 and 1 already. Yep. That's a lot of chests for 5, dude. A 9 and 1 as well. No way, it's more than just the 11 and 1. 5 and 1. What is this? Big 4 with the 6. Okay. And then look, a 3 and 5. And then look, the triple 3, 3, 4, and it's a 7. What are these, dude? 6 and 3, okay. And then 3, 3, 2, 3, and it's a 6. 10 and 1. Vaal Temple. Login. And then you got the 3, 3, but it's a 5. And that's the beginning of the Vaal Temple test. Let me show you what this results in. So Vaal Temple is disgusting. 185 chests. 83 lanes, similar to the Crimson Temple. So the temples, by the way, 10.28 with the 4.6 makes this a 2.21. It's competitive with the Carcass while being a billion chests. So it's even better than the Crimson Temple, which makes Crimson Temple look pretty good again. Seriously. Better than Cemetery, and then it has the Mirror Shard card, and it also has the Vaal Vessels, but like, look at these numbers. 14, 14, the highest here was 13, highest here was 13, highest here on Carcass was 6. What the fuck? And then Core was 13 and 12 in big numbers, so yeah, I got more to show you. Don't go anywhere. All right, now, so after doing all those tests, I would need to do a bit more Carcass to have a bigger sample, and I needed to do more Vaal Temple to have a bigger sample, because they seem promising. So I did 20 more Carcass. I want to show you them. So here you go, 6, 6, 6. This is a Crimson Temple, so don't worry about that. Then this one, so I have the stats for these again. I have the whole, there's 20 maps, so you can just quickly see them. That's a 7. 7, bro. It's bad. Super bad. Like, you saw how consistent it was at being like meh. Now it had a 7. It's terrible. 6-1. That's the first like insane one in a while. Okay. 5 is shit. 8 and 1. That's pretty good. It's not better than the Vaal Temple stuff that we saw. A 5. Okay. There's my 20 Vaal Temple. So now I'll show you the stats for these Carcass. So you see here, don't worry about that. This is just the other ones. I'll scroll it over for the other 20 Vaal Temples after. But so 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 8. The highest we saw was the 8, 8 and 1, right here, and then there was a 6 and 1, and we had like an 8 and 2 or something. 8, 4, 8, 2, yeah. Okay, so then 126 chests in 20. So this was still only 6.3 per map. In the first test, it was less than 6. So that we actually got luckier in the second run with the 20 maps. And then it actually averaged more lanes though, because we hit those 7-7s and the 5-5s. Those were brutal. The 5-5 that kills it. That is not good. So then when you average this out, it's 2.21 minimum oil chest. So if you actually look, the Vaal Temple first test is better than the Carcass second test, and while being 10.28 chests instead of 6.3. So you just get more loot by a lot, not just oil. Pretty sick. Now I'll show you guys the second test for Vaal Temple, because I was like, how good is this? Can we get some consistency, or is it even better? So here we go. All right, it begins. So it's a great start. Forehead. We got this terrible one. It was a 5 lane with nothing, and then this also doesn't look that great, right? But ooh, 9-2, and then we had a 10-3, and then this one's not even that bad, and then that 9-3, 11-1 again. Get the fuck out of here. I got 8-3, 11-1 again. No, no, dude, no. We're visiting the Vaal Temple. Welcome to your prison, boys. You ain't escaping the Crimson Temple or the Vaal Temple. It's coming free. No way. 13-2. The 10-2. The 9-2. The 10-2. Is this core? Is this core? 10-2. At 10-3. A 5-1. Easy, dude. It's too easy. Okay, so now I'll show you guys the results of this one. Scroll it over. So you see the 5-1, the 10-3, the 10-2. Yeah. Yep. The 13-2. So you can see how these numbers are massive compared to these ones being the highest at 8. This goes to 13. But then the amount of lanes is higher. But then actually, when you average it out, it's only 3.5. It's not that much worse. While having 50% more chests. So I actually had a higher minimum oil chest again than the Carcass, and this is actually even higher than the first one and beats Crimson, which is why I guess I need to do another sample of the 2020 Crimson, and then I'll come back with that data, and then we'll have our final results. The reason why Crimson is because you could farm Apothecary. Vaal Temple's sick because well, it's actually good. Like, this was good before and they didn't remove it, so therefore it's well, look how good it was. It's just couldn't beat Core. Core was wow. But it's really good because it has so many chests and it's really good. And then it's the good map, and you can drop the mirror card shard thing. All right, the extra 20 sample size of the Crimson Temple to see how it compares, because this would be a thing we would be able to farm more consistently rather than having Vaal Temples, which are kind of more rare base. It's harder to sustain, right? You can't just drop them normally. Anyways, so Crimson Temples, we got this one with the 5 lane, another 5 lane. Oh, a 10-1. God damn, it's a good start. 7 lane, 1 lane, 6-1. Jesus, that's good. 7 lane, 6 lane. That's an 8th lane, but it has a lot of chests. 3 lane with a lot of chests. 9-3. 9-2. Crimson Temple looking pretty good. And then a 5. And then a 8. And then a 5. And then a 6. And then a 6. And then a 5. And then a 6. And then a 5. That's all 20. So now I'll show you the stats from this. Boom. So we had all these, and you can see here that the only low one was a 6, and so then the other one was 7, and then 8, and these are pretty rare, and then it's the 9, which is more common. But you can see that you also average like a lot of 5s and shit, and then there's the 1-1 and the 1-2 and the 1-3, very rare. But so it averages 5.15 chests, 9.7 chests, 5.15 lane, and then you can see that it actually averages more chests than the other two, more lanes, but it averaged out to a minimum oil of 1.88, which isn't that much worse, where you actually get more of the other loot. And then it doesn't have to be Crimson Temple then, but it's, Vaal Temple. It's pretty clear that Vaal Temple's really sick though. But Crimson Temple isn't that bad since you get so many lanes. It's kind of like, if we go back, Cemetery, but it actually still has less lanes than Cemetery, while having more chests. Or similar chests. Yeah, I guess it's actually less chests than Cemetery. Cemetery's insane for chest count. But yeah, it has more than Vaal Temple, but it has more lanes. So less oil, less maps, but more other loot. So it's actually pretty good. And then Apothecaries, obviously, with this. And then Cemeteries for the Divine Orb card. Carcass doesn't look that great, to be honest. it has like slightly higher minimum oil chest, but like the way less chests. And then I think it's gonna be so the amount of lanes you have actually is like how long it takes too. If you have less lanes, it takes longer to spawn the monsters to finish the blight. So like a core takes way longer to finish with a single lane, 2 lane, than like multiple lanes. It's just how it works, is there's more like spawners. Pretty cool. So overall, Vaal Temple is the king. Probably looking at Crimson Temple, and then honestly, I'm just gonna be farming Blight on every single map throughout progression towards the end game. So I'm gonna be playing on every map. Then some tips for actually in game for this is well, you could use Scarabs to spawn the Blight. You could also use a Sextant. There's also using the mycelial swarm to have the Blight map crafting option, and it's reduced cost. But and you can also run map duplication to have a chance to duplicate the maps from Blight. And I also highly recommend using gilded Blight Scarabs, because they'll have the chance for Blight chests to contain an additional reward. And now this is a bonus for anyone who made it to this part in the video and actually watched the whole thing, so you understand what this means. So when I show you this Scarab and it says lanes of Blight encounters in areas have an additional reward chest. Lanes. Okay, so now let me show you something. One sec. So if we go back to this, that means that technically where the map can average 5 lanes both times, this would be an extra 5 chests per map. And so if they were getting 9.7 chests, then add another 5. So this would be like 14.7 or like 15, where it's happened twice. This is pretty consistent. It's 50% more chests in this case, in this example, and this is where the winged Blight Scarab would be really good. This is the case where you have more lanes. It's actually the opposite of what we used to do with the 2 lanes. Now actually you could do cemetery and get maximum value and get 6 lanes, 6 extra chests. So this would be 16 chests per insane value. Use my cemetery example for you for big profit. Then finally, I figured I would show you how I'll actually build towers to help me in the beginning when I get stuff. So for example, here we would want the empowering tower range. This is going to be huge. And then you see how there's no stun immune in this whole thing. So I was hoping that this would reach. It didn't reach. God damn it. But yeah, you could make this one a stun, so then you wouldn't have to worry about it. Nothing can get through it. And then we could try to check this, if it'll be in range or if it gets cut off by this wall. That's going to be a problem in Crimson Temple. Okay, so then we would probably do a chill here. And that would be how I deal with this. And we'd only have to handle this side and we have the extra chill. And I probably wouldn't have built this in power. You get like maybe 2 chills. And then chills have limited number of targets it can target, so be careful with that. And I have the extra empower. Chilling towers freeze enemies for 0.2 seconds while they're affected by chilling beams. I'll have the annoint in the description. And then otherwise, yeah, you could build some damage towers to help out too, but usually you're going to be like pretty low on towers. And I highly recommend seismic if there's no stun immune. And if there's no chill immune, yeah, you can just use the chill with the freeze, and it's going to help so much. And that's how I'm going to be running Blight. And then in conclusion, Vaal Temple sick. Pretty looking forward to doing Blight in the new season, and it's pretty pog, man. Oh, I actually got 6 Blight maps from this, and it was a normal rusted Blight Scarab. It wasn't even gilded, and to prove it, look, I didn't even portal out. That was the first. Yeah, to finish this up, I hope you guys are looking forward to farming Blight this season, and now you have some new maps to play around in. You're definitely encouraged to do Vaal Temple. Crimson Temple's not too bad. The Wing Blight Scarab's really sick, and I'm probably going to be farming it on Crimson Temple. Let's see if we can get an Apothecary from Blight Chest. It's going to be absolutely disgusting, and yeah, I probably won't be doing Carcass. It was honestly, it felt really like lack of density as well on the map. It was kind of weird, compared to like Cemetery, dude. Insane map, absolutely insane. Hope you guys did enjoy this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and bye. Now I'd like to thank my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. Rico549, David, Stephen with a PH, Stephen with a V, Cynic, Hannes, Lewis, Nicholas, White Wolf, and N8. Thank you guys so much for the support. Bye!